Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and today I will be making a video on Walker Kessler. Walker Ross Kessler was born, I think 2001, yeah, July 26, 2001, and I'm gonna explain his college career real quick. He didn't do much, I guess, but in his first season he was okay, didn't get that much playing time. In the second season though, he was really good. He averaged 11 points, 8 rebounds, and almost 5 blocks per game in college in his second season in 34 games, which is really good. So he got drafted with the 22nd pick from Memphis, which was a Minnesota pick, I think. He went to Minnesota, as you see in that picture right there, and then he got traded to the Utah Jazz for the Rudy Gobert Minnesota trade. Anyway, the reason why. So Walker Kessler, as teams like the Lakers are said to be trading for him and stuff like that, and the reason is why, he's an excellent rim protecting center, that can also rebound and shit like that, catch lobs, and the Lakers want somebody like Rudy Gobert or Walker Kessler, and obviously Rudy Gobert isn't gonna get traded. They don't even have enough contracts to trade for him, but. Right now, Walker Kessler this season has been better than Rudy Gobert for like the last 2 seasons. In his first 2 seasons, though, he was pretty solid in his first 2 seasons as well. In his first season, he averaged 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game almost on elite field goal efficiency. In his second game, he had a bit of a down year. He was still solid, though, and this year he took a massive leap. And he averaged 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game. Rudy this season is averaging 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks per game, which is way less than Walker Kessler, not to mention he's also averaging way less rebounds. And prime Rudy Gobert, so from like 2016 to now, that's his prime Rudy Gobert, and Walker's current stats are really similar and almost exact to Rudy's. He's scoring a little less, but his field goal efficiency is, their field goal efficiency is pretty similar, honestly. But judging from the stats alone, they're pretty much the exact same player, to be honest. Except, I think Walker Kessler's better, especially on offense, because Rudy can't catch the fucking ball. Rudy is a better lob threat. At the same time, Walker is still much better at actually catching the ball and even scoring in the post as well. So, if you trade for Walker Kessler, you get even better rim protection and rebounding compared to Rudy, currently at least, and even in his prime even. And also slightly better offense, and, I think that's pretty good. But, Rudy's stats, for his first 3 seasons when he was like close to Walker's age, averaged pretty much exact stats to Walker's stats. But anyway, the Walker Kessler is legitimately one of the best centers in the NBA, though. I think he's like top 20, maybe top 15. He was second in blocks per game this season behind Wemby. He averaged 2.5 blocks per game. He's one of the best rim protectors, and honestly, I think he's the second best rim protector in basketball behind Wemby. He fouls a little bit too much at the same time, though. He's still really good. Still the second best rim protector in my opinion. Now, the only problem with Walker is, though, he's not versatile on defense at all. Dude can't play perimeter defense. He's a slow big man, just like Rudy. But at the same time, his rim protection is good enough at the point where it makes up for it, and it's really good, though. So, that's that. But, he was second in blocks per game this season. And he was also 8th in defensive rebounds per game. And he was number 1 in, he was number 1 in offensive rebounds per game. He is currently the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. You can argue Mitchell Robinson is better, but last season when Mitchell Robinson, or the season before when Mitchell Robinson was actually healthy, he was averaging around the same amount of offensive rebounds as him, though, so they're both pretty equal, but, currently Walker Kessler is definitely the best offensive rebounder in the NBA, though, averaging almost 5 offensive rebounds per game, which is really crazy, 5 offensive rebounds per game, that's just diabolical. But he's also number 4 in, I think, total rebounds. I don't know, I don't exactly remember. Oh yeah, never mind. He's number 4 in total offensive rebounds, and he only played 58 games. He was injured for a lot of it, and the only people above him have played 70 games or more. But he's 4th in offensive rebounds, despite the fact that he was heavily injured, meaning he probably would have had close to 400 offensive rebounds this season if he actually played like 70 or more games, which is pretty crazy. And he is also 4th in total blocks, despite also only playing 58 games, which is really impressive, you know, pretty crazy. He also leads a bunch of other stats, too. He is, number 8 in box outs per game. You know, he's an elite rebounder, as you know. He's also number 4th in total contested shots, and once again, he was injured he missed like over 20 games, right? So the fact that he's 4th in total contested shots is kind of crazy. He's also number 5 in total contested 2-pointers. He contested over 200 3-pointers this season, which is kind of crazy, even though he's a big man. But he's also number 5th in total contested shots at the rim and like 2-point range, you know. And he's number 2 in total contested shots per game, and he's number 2 in total contested twos per game as well. So pretty, you know, he's really good. He's really good statistically. He's pretty crazy. He also had a box plus minus of 0.2 this season, which is solid since an average starter or bench player has 0 or less. You know, which is pretty solid. And overall, I think he's really, really valuable, and he's only 23 too. He's only going to get better, if not and even if he doesn't get any better since this season, he's still going to be legitimately one of the best starting centers and also one of the best defensive players in the NBA. And I think he holds a ton of value since, like I said, he's only 23. He's only going to get better, or even if he, like I said, even if he stays the same, he's still going to be really, really good. And I think a lot of different teams should trade for him. I think that Utah Jazz should definitely trade for him, though, since someone like him deserves to be on a winning team. So, I think a team, like, obviously the Lakers is one of them that could definitely trade for him. You know, plenty of other teams that should trade for him. And overall, I really, really hope he gets to put on a really winning team, because he really deserves to be on one. But, yeah, hopefully that's the case. End of the video.